term crypto, cryptocurrency, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, blockchains, and many of us ask ourselves, what exactly is all of this? Let's wrap.
Get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene.
This is the 614.
I'm gonna
Sunday
set your
Black.
face
See, we
on
got
fire.
one. Yeah. JL,
Let's
what
get
up?
higher.
Let's go.
Fiat cash, cryptocurrency, State of the Union. This is black man urgency. This is for God. This is for green. Black fist in the air. If you ever had a dream, hey, what he do? What he say? What they talk about today? Keep it close to the kings. Circled around you. Now that was for dinner. Pay the chef at the kitchen. When men talk, you need to listen.
Welcome back. Yes, I'm talking to the people that we love the most. That's the individuals that tune into When Men Talk, and we definitely appreciate it because when men talk,
you might just want to listen.
Today, we are here because we hit the term crypto, cryptocurrency, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, blockchains, and many of us ask ourselves, what exactly is all of this? Cryptocurrency and NFTs seem to have exploded out of the ether this year, from art, sports trading cards, music, food, and even toilet paper. These digital assets are being flaunted like the 19th century California gold rush. Just as the gold rush created a global frenzy for riches and success, cryptocurrency is seemingly doing the same. Example, when digital artist Beeple put up an NFT digital art piece for auction in March of 2021, he became instantly famous when it sold for almost $70 million. I ask, are we in the midst of the initial furtive steps of what could be nothing less than a quiet revolution? Is cryptic data a shift to a new world order of how we will soon do things financially? Or if Elon Musk says that Bitcoin is bad for the environment and he hits the eject button, will crypto die off and we're back to the currency as we know it? Let's talk to our man Sunday Black. Sunday, let's wrap.
Sunday.
Man, that was I like the flow of that, man. That's good flow. That's real good flow. So today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, and I got Juel's on the phone. He's on the line. He's joining us. I'm gonna go ahead and he's gonna tag team, this subject with me. I just want to go into an opening of exactly what is crypto before we introduce my guy here. Okay, so. Basically, to understand crypto, you have to understand a few general purposes, okay, and a few general principles, actually, okay. There's a fun fact about money, all right. I was researching this. I found this actually very interesting. So, in 1620, a guy by the name of Sir Edward Sandys, okay, of the British Parliament, he established a proposal trade, all right. And this was the settlers. This was the trade was for the settlers who were actually in America. So Sir Edward Sandys was in Britain, and they traded back and forth. And one of the things that they traded for, and that he proposed, was the voluntary trade of women, okay, for tobacco. All right, this is not sex trafficking. This is actually trading women for tobacco. This is crazy. I know. So that's like pimping at its finest. It's not sex trafficking. They agreed to it. A lot of women got on the ship and they came over here, and the farmers and planters, turned the hose into a housewife. So that's
wow.
Yeah.
He did that. Anyway, he said that.
I wanted to say that. I just found that very interesting. Interesting piece of information about our sellers. So anyway, look, so again, to understand money, we have to understand a few basic principles about money, okay? In order to understand the money, you must know that it must be acceptable. It's four things. Number one, it must be accepted, okay? Number two, it must be divisible, meaning you give me $1, I give you back 100 pennies, or you give me $1, I give you back 4 quarters. You give me $1, I give you back 10 dimes. Okay. So also it must be portable. That's the third thing. You have to be able to put it in your pocket, walk away from it, or walk to it, or walk wherever. It has to be portable. The fourth major thing about money, it has to be recognizable. Okay. So you recognize the dollar bill wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in the world. It is a recognizable currency. Okay. So computer programmers basically got together and they said, you know what? We can make money. We can do the same thing. And you have Satoshi, which we can talk about later in further detail, but he's the author of Bitcoin. Nobody can find him. Nobody knows if he's alive or if he is dead. So that's a mystery in itself. Another fun fact to Google about. Gavin Woods we'll talk about as well. But these programmers basically found out how to make money, and they did. Okay, so in fact, money does grow on trees. Another fun fact, and we'll get into blockchain in just a second, but check this out. So in Tibet, they use a form of currency with cow manure. They wrap the cow manure and they trade the cow manure amongst the villagers. And it's recognized, it meets all four characteristics. It can be divisible, it can be portable. Again, it's recognized, it's accepted. So they basically made money out of cow manure. And just real interesting stuff about money. So, you know, when they say money is fake, it is. It's what you make it to be. So talking about blockchain, okay, so now we understand what money is, understanding what crypto is, like the foundation of crypto. Crypto is basically a digital currency, okay, and it's based upon what they call the blockchain, okay. A blockchain is basically peer-to-peer digital ledger, okay. Like, for example, everyone on this computer has a digital ledger. Everyone on this call has a computer, okay. Everyone on this call has a digital ledger. You keep a digital ledger of what's going on for each transaction, okay? So, for example, back in the day when people wrote checks, all right? Remember those checks that you get, you open up an account. Back in the day when people wrote checks, you would keep a ledger of what you spend, of what you have in the bank, what you take out of the bank, all right? A blockchain is basically a digital ledger of crypto. All right. So instead of walking around with the ledger in your pocket, you have a digital ledger on your phone or your computer. Okay. Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Gotcha.
So using peer-to-peer technology instead of a centralized platform, participants of the blockchain, they each hold a complete record of transactions. All right. And again, that is through peer-to-peer verification of the transactions. Now, I mentioned centralized and decentralization, all right? Centralization is basically your local bank. Down at the intersection, the one that you pass by on the way to work, that is your local centralized bank. Cryptocurrency, digital ledger blockchain is based upon decentralization, okay? You don't need a physical branch to go into to conduct your business. All right. So this means that there is no central recording system. All right. Rather, it's more so participants, people, individuals, computers, nodes, keeping a record of each transaction made. Okay. So just understand it's peer-to-peer. It's peer-to-peer technology. All right. A blockchain is basically an immutable digital ledger. This makes sense for you. It's an immutable digital ledger. Many uses of blockchain. You can use blockchain for your digital footprints. You can use it for farming. So, for example, farmers use it. Okay, when they grow crops, from inception of the growing crops to the location where it's being sent to the actual purchase of the crop. Okay. It could be anything, but they keep track of that on a blockchain and they use the technology for that, okay? Another example of that, if I can just kind of give you a quick idea of the blockchain. So for example, Jerry, you want to make a purchase, okay? We all have a computer, all right? We all are basically nodes, okay? You want to make a purchase. Charles has a copy of you wanting to make a purchase. Zeron has that, and I have that as well. You're going to make the purchase with Julian. We all have a copy of that. Okay. So you go in, you say, I would like to purchase XYZ. We all look at our ledgers and say, he has $100 for this purchase. Verified. Zeron, he has $100. And we all check. Everybody agrees that you have the $100. So this way it makes it decentralized because we're all doing this on a peer-to-peer level. Okay, it's not a centralized location where you walk into it and you ask a teller. Everyone has a copy of this digital ledger, if that makes kind of sense to everybody. So that's where we are in this new technology, and that's a brief recap of what we talked about maybe before. But that's basically what it is. Programmers have gotten away that they don't need banks to work. The government, especially Janet Yellen, is screaming about this because there is no way to really tax the people on this the way that they really want to tax it. And I brought up Great Britain because it's the same thing all over again if we really look at it. Okay, Great Britain came over here because they escaped from taxes. And now we have Janet Yellen and the government saying, you got to pay taxes. And that's basically what it is. So, you know, it's an interesting, you know, dynamic to see where this cryptocurrency is going. But that's just a general overview of what we have. You got questions, concerns. If I can answer it, I certainly will try. If I can't, then we'll save it for next week. But that's where we are right now. I also wanted to go ahead and bring in a very good friend of mine, a very highly intellectual person, someone who knows way more about this than I do, someone that I've known for a very long time. But here's the deal. Julian, I met him at work and we were trading. I remember we were trading stocks. We were like looking at stocks, and then we started looking at penny stocks. The penny stock day. I didn't really do the penny stocks too much. I was like, screw it. I got burned on a few stocks. He started doing the stocks. Byron started doing penny stocks. And Julian told me something in 2000 and what was it, 18 or 17?
I think 17 or 18.
He told me like 2017.
And you ignored me.
I ignored the hell out of him. I gave him the left, like, freak out of here. You know, he was like, dog, you got to do it. Just put 10,000 here. Just put 2,000.
I said, buy Bitcoin at 1,000. It's 1,000 right now. I said, well, 3,000. I said, buy 3,000 right now. He won't listen to me. I was like, I was done convincing him.
Yeah, he did everything except like punch me to get my attention.
Yeah.
On.
I think 2 years later, I pinged him again, and then I said, actually, I think he pinged me and say, hey, I got some money. I'm gonna buy some Bitcoin, and it was like 12,000 at the time. And I said, oh, great. Why didn't you buy it at 3,000 last March? And then he jumped in and bought it at 12,000. And I was like, let's keep buying some Bitcoin. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna buy some Bitcoin. But then it kept going 12, 13, 15,000. Now it was like 65,000, you know, so it was crazy. Yeah. But he finally came to his sense around 11,000 Bitcoin, which is, thank goodness, it's still not too late.
Yeah. But even in hindsight, that's expensive. You know what I mean? That's expensive. So, you know, Julian was able to, and I won't tell all your financial, I won't do that. Again, we are not financial analysts. We're not financial advisors. I will not go into detail. I promise I won't do that. I will respect that. But I will say this, listening to a lot of information that, you know, we talk about on a daily basis. We go over these cryptos, these coins, the moves in the market on a daily basis. And just to understand and grasp everything that he has to offer is vital for our viewers. It's vital for the panelists. And I think he has a lot to say if you just give him a shot and listen to him. So that's it, man. Just, you know, go ahead and take it, Julian, whatever you got, man.
Okay.
We'd great love to hear about it. Bang, bang.
Okay, well, definitely, you did a really great intro and overview of the technology like blockchain. And I think a lot of the thing that people are confused at is just, you know, when people think about Bitcoin, they think as being a tulip, like, oh, it's a scam, it's a Ponzi. But, you know, it came in a scene like around 2008 and it was 8 cents. So if someone said something Bitcoin was 8 cents in 2008 and tell me there's going to be 65,000 this year, you know, they probably wouldn't believe me. And, you know, and I'm going to say it again. Bitcoin right now is like what, 38,000, and the next 2 to 5 years, it's probably gonna be 500,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million supply Bitcoin ever been produced or minted. So there's no more. Unlike the U.S. currency where they keep printing money right and left, like unlimited supply of money, that's not going to sustain the economy. You know, I think the U.S. is really lagging behind other country as far as like El Salvador's already accepted Bitcoin as a legal tender in their country. So, and a lot of people, especially right now, they get confused that I can't afford Bitcoin. It's 38,000. Well, you don't have to buy the whole Bitcoin. That's the whole point. You know, you can buy just a portion of the Bitcoin. And then, you know, at least you have something for the future. Because a lot of people, if you read the news, the people who are buying up Bitcoin right now are multi-millionaire and billionaires. Do you really want them to control the money supply? Do you not want to have part of the future? That's the question a lot of people should be asking themselves. You know, and I myself, I got Sunday to get some Bitcoin. All right. And I bought some Bitcoin myself. Not a lot, but I was just saying, at least I know, I'm pretty sure it's going to be, you know, turn into $1 million for me. I'm pretty confident in that. And I'm probably not going to be selling it either, because like I said, it's store of value, just like gold. So it's the future. So I'm definitely not going to be selling my Bitcoin. I know you're like, oh my God, why not? It's like, well, like I said, it's a store of value. It's part of the future. Eventually, I probably will sell some of it, you know, to buy a house or car or whatever. But I'm not really into cryptocurrency just to get rich. This is the future technology. And another thing about the blockchain is a lot of people are not aware of that Bitcoin is its own blockchain, right? So there's not a lot of stuff that's being built on Bitcoin, right? So you have Ethereum, which is another blockchain, and it's also a cryptocurrency, just like Bitcoin. But the only thing that's the best thing about Ethereum and Bitcoin is that Ethereum, I believe, is going to overtake Bitcoin as far as the most valuable cryptocurrency. I think Ethereum is only like 2x up before it flipped Bitcoin to be number 2, because there's so many stuff going on at Ethereum that people are not aware of. Not only is one of the best blockchain, you can think of Ethereum as the world's supercomputer, right? So everything is being built on Ethereum that you can think of. A lot of the NFT that you're talking about that artists are, you know, getting into, a lot of those NFT are created or made on Ethereum network. So, you know, there's like billions and billions of dollars built inside Ethereum itself. So Ethereum is not only a cryptocurrency, it's also a world supercomputer where decentralized application, aka dApps. Now you know, like in centralized world, like right now, you have what they call apps, like Apple App Store, Google Play is their app store. In the future, which is we're approaching right now, they are developing what they call dApps. That's DAPP, which stands for decentralized application, right? So anything that, you know, like Instagram right now or Facebook, Twitter is all centralized. It's owned by Jack Dorsey or Mark Zuckerberg, right? So there's a middleman that's owning your data, so they can see everything that we're doing right now. Even Zoom is a centralized platform. So people in Zoom can read everything and see everything right now, and they can do whatever. They can sell your data, right? So a lot of this stuff is being built on Ethereum is what they call dApps. So the next Twitter, the next Facebook, the next Google, more than likely going to come out of Ethereum. So it's going to be truly decentralized where there's no middleman. So every information and data is between you and the end user, right? So that's what's great about Ethereum platform. And so that's really as far as my take on that. And I just want to stress to people that think about Web 2. We're in that phase of Web 3 right now, right? Web 1.0 was, if y'all remember, I'm sure everybody remember, Web 1.0 was when American Online, when you go to Blockbuster, they give you that CD and you dial in, and you get in there, right? That's Web 1.0, right? Web 2.0 is more like the Google and the Amazon and the Facebook, right? These are like more like a socialized network platform and all that's created on Web 2.0. And Web 3 is upon us. And that leader is leading by Ethereum and even Polkadot. I think Polkadot network is the next big thing. Like if you miss Ethereum, more than likely you need to look into Polkadot, because Web3 is coming out of Polkadot right now too as well. A lot of applications are being built on Polkadot. And it started by Gavin Woods. Gavin Woods started Ethereum. He's basically wrote the entire Ethereum language, and now he's starting Polkadot. And Polkadot is only like trading at like $5 right now. It went to $20, then it went to $47, and now it's at $20. And I think in the next 2 to 3 years, Polkadot's going to be around $2,000 to $3,000 per Polkadot, because Ethereum, when it came out in the scene in 2015, it was only 15 cents. 15 cents per Ethereum. 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, Ethereum was at $4,600. So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, people need to be looking to the future. If you miss Google, if you miss Amazon, like, damn, I wish I got Tesla and all that stuff. You need to be looking into crypto currency, investing in cryptocurrency.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Kusama. Gavin Woods, Kusama.
Kusama is one of my favorite projects, and of course, it's created by Gavin Woods. If y'all want to Google Gavin Woods, you know, you're more than welcome to do so, because you got to research this. All right. Gavin Woods, founder of Ethereum, now wrote Polkadot, or Start Polkadot, and Kusama. Kusama is a test network for Polkadot. So any type of application that's being built that's going to be on the Polkadot network is being tested and created on Kusama. And before they move over to Polkadot network. And what's great about Kusama is I think I bought a few Kusama at $95. The crazy part was I missed this one somehow, right? It was 91 cents like a year ago. I'm so embarrassed. And I bought it at $95. Now I think it's like $400 or $500. I think Kusama maybe hit like $5,000 to $10,000. $5,000 to $10,000. I think it's going to hit that direction.
91 cents.
Huh?
We didn't hear you, Sunday.
91 cents.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, because the supply of Kusama is so low. The people, like when you look at the cryptocurrency, as far as the market cap and the price, you got to look at the supply, right? Bitcoin is only 21 million supply ever produced. The lower the supply, the higher the value becomes per token or per coins. So that's why Bitcoin can go to 500 to $1 million, because they only got 21 million supply. And I think gold value is like, I think 500 trillion or something like that. And Bitcoin's, it's going to be going that direction. It's going to replace gold. So that even Kusama is the same way. If you go to coinmarketcap.com and you look at Kusama supply is really, really low. I think it's like 1 million. I think it's under 1 million, which is insane. That's why I'm saying that it could has a market cap. It could go to $5,000 to $10,000 in this next bull run that's coming up, and give it a market cap of like, I think 40 or 50 billion, which can be done, because the crypto market already touched base like $2 trillion a couple of weeks ago. Huh?
Did you say it's going to overtake gold?
Yeah, I think it's going to take gold value. As far I forgot the actual market cap of gold, but I think from what I was told, if you look at A Pompilano, I think it's A Pomp is his name. Y'all can look at it on YouTube, like A Pomp, and he's basically like, he's a maximalist for Bitcoin. In order for Bitcoin to replace gold as far as the store of value, like the market cap, Bitcoin would have to be at least $500,000, at least for one Bitcoin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Is anyone in here investing in crypto besides Sunday and myself? Or?
Yeah, we did. I did a little something. Sunday gave us a tutorial, and we
Right.
had a couple buddies that he talked to us with, and he had a tutorial with Jared and I as well. So I've done a few things on Ethereum and I think like Dot, and Doge, and different things. That's when I bought a little bit of Bitcoin. Didn't do
Right.
like you said the unit, because at that point it had hit 38,000, or maybe it wasn't that high when we first talked about it, but it might have been like 15 to 20,000. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that right now. So
Right.
let me ask you a question, Julian. When you said that Bitcoin has 21 million units supply, and you said Ethereum acts as the supercomputer, the world's
Right.
supercomputer, are there units with that? And I ask that because, when you think about a computer, you have a certain amount of RAM, you have a certain amount of gigabytes. Is there something that caps out with Ethereum or no?
Unfortunately, from what I was told or read up on myself, because like I said, I am not a technical. You're probably more technical than me as far as everything. But to my understanding, Ethereum doesn't have a fixed supply like Bitcoin of 21 million. Bitcoin, they 90 million is the circulating supply of Ethereum. To my understanding, they move into proof of stake as far as the way of doing their validation on the blockchain. They move into proof of stake, which is supposed to be more environmental friendly, like Elon complaining about the Tesla. Oh, I'm not taking because the Bitcoin using proof of work. I'm not gonna. That's a lot of energy, and he's going to be environment friendly. So proof of stake is coming to Ethereum, and basically it's going to have what they call like deflationary value, where it's supposed to be keep decreasing from 90 million to like I guess less than that. That's why the value of Ethereum is going to go higher and higher.
Got it. Okay. Got you. And when did you start investing? Did you started investing back?
I did it around at beginning of 2018. I kind of jumped on the scene at like around at the end of 2017, when I kind of like when the market, because first of all I didn't even know how to buy Bitcoin, because I heard about Bitcoin, but there was no way for me to buy Bitcoin. I had no knowledge of it. And then everybody was talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, they got Coinbase. I said, all right, let me jump in there. I started buying, and I started buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and some few other projects like Zelica. And then at the December 2017 was when the entire market collapsed, right? Bitcoin went to 19,000. It crashed down back to 3,000, and everyone left. So we became into like what they call bear market in 2018 and 19. So, but when I came in on the scene, I saw Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else, and I was like, holy crap. I knew everyone was FOMOing, right? FOMO means fear of missing out. So people just jump in and just buy the thing. Oh, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna buy a car and this and that. And I jumped in and I started buying it. I could have sold and make some money myself, but then I was like, I saw the technology and I was like, whoa, this is one of the most innovative, like market I've ever seen. I was like, this is something really exciting, because I'm always looking for something exciting to invest in. Like when I look at stock market and all that stuff, I don't really see anything that exciting. The only thing I regret missing was Tesla back in 2011. But I was like, what can be the next Tesla in Bitcoin? I mean, and Netflix and all that. And Netflix was like too much. I was like, I'm not going to deal with it. So I'm looking for something new and innovative. And I saw that in the crypto market.